Good afternoon, everyone. This is Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. Welcome to my studio. It is time for our catalog Copycat cards, which is our weekly Saturday time together where I create a project from one of our current Stampin' Up! Catalogs. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Saturday afternoon in November already, and I've been absent for a couple of weeks due to my mom. She had some major surgery, so we've been caring for her for the past 2 weeks, and she'll be staying with us probably another week or so, but she's making great progress and following all the doctor's orders and everything, and she's well on her way to recovery. So thank you all for your patience with me as I haven't been here. And I'm a little behind on many things, but I'm still trying to catch up, so we will get there together. And we always start out by giving away the project that I made last time. So this is the really darling card that I made using the Garden Bird Houses stamp set. This is a set of 19, and it's photopolymer. It's awesome for those who love to color, and even for those who don't, it could simply be stamped in different colors and left blank. So it's very versatile. There's a lot of cute sayings so it's very great for all different occasions. And this is the really cute card that we made. I just absolutely love this one. So we simply put some designer series paper over the card base, which is just a plain white. And then we stamped a little bit of the greenery and the grass on the bottom. We stamped each of the birdhouse poles, and then we stamped and fussy cut all of the bird houses. I did a little bit of coloring with the blends, which was really fun. And then a sentiment and a pretty bow, and just a lovely, lovely card for really any occasion. So let's go ahead and give away this card. Lots of people commented, so let's go ahead and see who our winner is this week. And our winner is Paula. So thank you so much, Paula. I saw your funny comment, how you laughed at my comment about all the groaning about fussy cutting. So I will get this in the mail to you right away. All right, so that's Garden Bird Houses. It's just $18. It's a really, really great set to have. And if interested, just be sure to let me know. We can get that ordered for you. All right, a little housekeeping. There is a very special collection of products that has just been released to all customers as of November 1st. And it is called the Fitting Florets collection. So it has this beautiful 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I showed this a couple weeks ago, and I did mention I was going to set up a class, which I have, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit here. So the collection has 5 different products in it. So there is this 12 by 12 paper. I'm going to get the rest of these out of here. So the designer series paper, this is only while supplies last. And these are the gold swirls, which are adhesive backed embellishments. These are only while supplies last. So my class will include both of these products. Everybody will receive who orders the class and attends. And this could also be ordered to go for those who can't attend in person. So these 2 products are part of the class we'll use during the class, and then those are for everybody to take home. There is also the Framed and Festive stamp set, and this is a red rubber set, and it has all different seasonal, for the holiday season, sentiments. So this is also while supplies last, so we will use that during class. And then there is a really great bundle. So it looks like this. This is the Framed Florets stamp set. Lots of pretty sentiments, gorgeous floral things and leaves, excuse me, that can be colored in or just left blank. And then the coordinating dies look like this. So there are these awesome ovals. This one cuts out some hearts. There's lots of leaves and things that coordinate exactly with the stamp set. Now this set, the bundle, the stamp set, and the dies will be available in our January to June of 23 mini catalog. So these are the only 2 products in the collection that will be available. These other items are all while supplies last. So if interested, the class offering I have is just $29. And again, it does include these 2 products, the designer series paper and the gold swirls are included, and we will make 4 projects. And let me show a few things. These are not the projects we'll make in class, but these are some cards that we made with my team. So during our team meeting, we cut out, I should take this out and show everybody. We did 3 different cards, and this just shows the beauty of this set. So this gorgeous oval frame, it's an independent frame, but it also cuts out the center part. So they are 2 separate pieces. So there's lots of flexibility in using these dies. Here is the one that cuts out the hearts. So what we did is we took a piece of our basic white and we did some blending with our blending brushes with a few colors of ink. And then I die cut that out to make the hearts in the oval shape. This is the flower stamp, and we did a little bit of blending with that with our blends markers. Gorgeous. And then this one, this is real cute. Let me show everybody this one. So this shows the versatility of the framed and festive stamp set. So this is the one that, again, is just while supplies last, and this one won't be carried over. So we simply did a little bit of the hand cutting around the sentiment. This is one of the oval dies. We put a piece of vellum, one of our little jingle bells, and then these are the dies that cut out the framed, the pieces of the leaves. And then this is part of the designer series paper, so it has the look of a holly berry, nice Christmassy kind of a look. And then we just made a small insert for inside of the card that can be used to include a gift of money or a gift card. So just a really, really cute card. And then this was another one I received from my upline. So real simple. There's some of our specialty vellum in the background. And again, just those really pretty dies cut out, these awesome ovals, and then the stamp set. So if interested, the deadline for registering for this class will be tomorrow, which is Sunday, November 6th. So if interested, again, these are not the exact projects. I have to work on creating them, but we will be making 4 special cards, $29, and those who are on my team always get a $5 discount. So if interested in joining my team, that is an extra perk that I give to everybody. And the date of the class is still TBD. So right now I have 6 people already signed up for it. So once I get all of the RSVPs in, we will select a date that works for everybody. So it will happen sometime in November. We might even spill into December. Okay, so if interested, be sure to RSVP back to me by tomorrow at midnight. Okay, so today's project is from our annual catalog. And even though it's 70 degrees out today and kind of balmy, I thought we should start focusing on our Christmas offerings. So this is a really pretty stamp set and die set that was offered in our mini catalog last year. And it was a bundle. It's no longer a bundle. So here's something just to keep in mind, in that when products are bundled, of course, we always save the 10% on the die set and the stamp set, or the stamp set with the punch, depending on how they're bundled. So when Stampin' Up! Carries over products, a lot of times they will be unbundled. So I've sent emails out on that before, which means that the products will carry over, but they will be independent. So there's no longer that discount on these products, okay? So just keep that in mind whenever you hear the word unbundled. That means to order it right away to get that extra 10% off, because when it does carry over, it is going to be just at the regular price, no longer the discount. So this is called Christmas Season. We are on pages 44 and 45 of the annual catalog. And this is a really pretty stamp set. It has a lot of foliage for the winter time. The pine cones are awesome. It's a 2-step stamping kind of a set. And of course it has holly, so it can be used for Christmas, but it can also be used for other times of the year because there are these regular style of foliage as well. So it's very, very versatile. And then the die set, this is really, really awesome. I love this one. So this runs, let's see, the price on this now is $38, but look how many dies there are. There are, let's see how many. 19 dies, and these are the seasonal labels dies. So it has all of the dies that coordinate exactly with the pine cones and all the foliage from the stamp set. But there's also all of these curved, I guess, I don't even know what to say, how they are, but they are meant to go with the Christmas to Remember stamp set, which is on page 45. So all of the sentiments fit into these. So they're scallop, that's the word I was looking for. They are all different shapes and sizes of scallop dies, which coordinate with the stamp set. So I obviously don't have the stamp set, so I'm going to substitute something I do have. And the card that we'll be making is here on page 44. And again, there's so many beautiful options, the papers and everything that go with this, and this palette of colors is so pretty for Christmas time. So obviously there are lots of different samples of things we can do that are more Christmassy or holiday, but I'm going to do this card here, this pink card, and I'm also going to change it up a little bit because I wasn't quite feeling Christmassy today, again, with it being 70. I just wanted to show an alternate way that we can do that card design. All right. So the stamp set that I chose to work with, in addition to all the foliage stamps, is called Simply Fabulous. This is just $18. It is a set of 24 stamps. They are photopolymer, and it is one of my favorites because it is kind of a builder. It has these really cute leaves and things that we can stamp and then add a flower to on the top. The sentiments are awesome. So what I like to do when figuring out what size of a die to use with a sentiment is to simply place the die right over the stamp case and just kind of see what would work best with the sentiment that I might want to use. So see, that would work really well with that one. This one would be just a little bit tight. So it's real easy to either use a punch or to use a die to kind of figure out what size of shape to use. So I think that the best one to use is going to be, I really like this Just Saying Hello. So that's the stamp I'd like to use. And then I'm going to use this die because that's going to give me some flexibility on where I stamp it, as well as being able to add that foliage on the right hand side. So I'm going to use this die. I'll put that aside. And then the stamp, or the card itself, has the foliage that looks like, let me get my stamp out here. I have these mounted and ready. So this particular stamp of this leaf has a coordinating die. So I'm going to be using that die. And then this is a very simple card. It is kind of on the lines of what we call a SIP card. Well, I call a SIP card. Stamps, ink, paper. So there aren't a lot of embellishments. There aren't a lot of fancy things about it. So it's a really nice layout to do because we can make lots of multiples of it. It's sweet and simple, so it will be a very quick card to put together. All right, I think I have everything ready. Let me set this aside here. And the colors we're using are Sweet Sorbet. I wanted my sentiment to be very bold, so that's one of our in colors. And then Granny Apple Green for the greenery, the leaves. And then we have some of our linen thread. I have my adhesives. I have glue dots, dimensionals, green glue. And then I have 2 of the leaves mounted. Here's my sentiment, Just Saying Hello. And then these are the holly berries, which are part of the stamp set, but I'm going to use them on the background so they don't necessarily have to look like berries. They're just going to be a little bit of a background accent. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white, so I'm going to use one for my die cut, and then the other will be for stamping the green leaf, and then we're going to cut that out. And then I have Blushing Bride cardstock, and the card itself is a little smaller than normal. So here is a standard card, and then this card is a little bit narrower. Can you see the difference? So all I did was I cut off an extra, where is my cardstock? Here we go. So I made this just a little bit smaller. It's still 5.5 in width, but instead of the 8.5 length, I cut it down to 7 inches. And then the scoring is right in half, which is 3.5. And I just kind of judged that by looking at the die set. Let me show you. So this is the big die that was used on that card. So if I were to be using that, I can kind of guesstimate that that is about the width of the card. But I'm not going to use this big one today. All right, let's get started with our stamping. So I'll lay my cardstock flat here, and I have decided I'm going to rotate my card sideways. I want it to be a landscape orientation rather than portrait. And so the first thing I will do is stamp. These are the holly berries. So I'm going to stamp a few of those. Actually, I'm going to wait on that because I want to do my die cut piece first so I know exactly where that's going to be placed. So instead of that, I am going to do, let's begin with the stamping of the leaf, and then we'll die cut, and then we will stamp on the card base. So, all right, I have that ready. And then I'm going to stamp my leaf, which is this larger one here. And I have Granny Apple Green, which is a really perky, kind of a bright green that complements really well with the boldness of the Sweet Sorbet. So I'm just going to stamp this right in the middle. Okay, that looks great. And then I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And we have, just for dies, we have the base plate, number 1. And then we have our shim, number 2. And then one of our clear plates, number 3. So I'm going to place my shaped die there. I have to grab some sticky notes here. Okay, I'm just going to hold this in place with a Post-it note. And then we'll cut out this leaf stamp. Another sticky note. And these line up exactly, so there's going to be a little bit of a white outline left behind by the die, so I do want that to be lined up exactly. I'm going to place that sticky over there, and one more, just to hold it so it does not shift. All right, and then we have another cutting plate, number 3, over that. My plates are getting so bowed, I think it's time for some new ones. All right, we're going to put this on our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and roll it through. Let's see what we have here. Okay, that die turned out so nice, that die cut. Very pretty. And this one with our leaf. Very nice. See that? I love how it leaves that border of white around. All right, now we can go back and do our holly berries on here because I can kind of visualize where I'm going to want my sentiment to be. So I will ink up here a little bit, and I think I want my die cut to be a little bit offset, off center. So I'll put one of my berries here. And this is just a random pattern. So a little bit on the top left and a little bit down at the bottom right. Oh, I am really getting lots of ink on me today. All right. And how about there? Okay, that looks kind of fun. And really, they don't look like holly berries when they're just stamped like that. And then since we have the red ink out, oh, I'm so full of ink. Let's do the sentiment. And that's just saying hello. That would make a nice card for a get well card, kind of a thinking of you. It could be sent for really any reason. I love hello cards. And then this I think I'm going to place a little bit off to the bottom left. There, that's nice and bold. pretty straight-ish. It's okay. All right, and then I'm going to need to add a leaf stamp right onto this piece. So I'll bring in my scrap because I'm going to be stamping off the edge a little bit. I'll bring my green ink back in. And then this is another of the foliage stamps from that set. So I'm just going to add a little bit of an accent here with that. Let's see if I want it full strength or stamped off. I think I'll stamp off just to have it be a little bit more subtle. And that will go up in that right corner like that. Okay, I like that, looks good. And I think we're ready to assemble now. So very quick and simple, like I mentioned, sweet and simple card. And so next step will be to put on the sentiment. I have a few of our dimensionals here. These are actually the dimensionals that come in our paper pumpkin kit. So sometimes they are large, sometimes they are these little mini guys, which are great for this type of a project because I'm going to use these on the leaf that we just die cut. But there's always plenty of these extras that are included in the paper pumpkin kits, so there's never a shortage of dimensionals here, which of course is one of my favorite products of all time. Okay, so this I would like to put, oh goodness, I got a big smudge on there. All right, no problem. So that's going to go kind of centered like so. All right, and then I need a little bit of our green glue, and then this leaf is going to kind of go off the die cut onto the card a little bit. So I want to put my dimensionals under these two leaves because I want that part to be popped up. And then I'll need to put a little bit of glue right on the stem and a little bit here. Okay, so it's rather flat on the end here, but popped up under these leaves. Actually, I should put one more under this leaf here just to keep that in place. And these little minis are great. Just pop that under there. There we go. Okay, so that will keep that stationary. And then our final step is to take the linen thread and we're going to make a little bow that goes right on top of that leaf. So if this is too twirly to kind of manage, all we have to do is run it through our finger and our fingernail. That kind of smooths it out so it's not so unruly. And I'm going to make a larger floppy bow, long tails. Okay, get my bow loops the same size. That looks good. And where are my scissors? There we go. Yeah, and I'd like the tails to be a little longer on this one. Okay, then glue dot. So glue dot, I'll pull one right off. And then I'm just going to kind of twirl it till it forms into a little ball. And then place that right onto the leaf. And then the knot of the bow will go right over. And then that will be held in place. There we go. And then bone folder on the back side. And voila. That is really cute, other than my big red smudge there. Oh, well. I'll have to make another one, so for the person who wins it next week. But very cute card. Let's bring in the catalog. Okay, so again, Christmas season stamp set. There's the catalog version, and then there's my version. So very simple to adapt. using what we have, and color-wise, it could always be something different that we have. So instead of a portrait, I did it landscape and just kind of changed the whole look of the card to have it be a little bit more generic, non-holiday. All right, so again, Christmas season, and then the seasonal labels dies, what we use today. And if interested in winning this project, which of course I will fix like I mentioned, please do comment. I love everybody's comments. They make me laugh and smile, so be sure to comment on Facebook or on YouTube. And I will see everybody again next week. So again, too, if interested in the framed or fitting florets collections class, please let me know by tomorrow at midnight. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.